1 half hour to go here on Big Board Sports. Brady Farkas, Zach By in for Roger Weiland today. And we are on the phone with former Tri-City Valley Cat and current Houston Astros pitcher Joe Musgrove. Joe Musgrove, 11.1 innings in the big leagues, a 0.79 ERA, 1 walk against 14 strikeouts. Joe, I don't know if you know this, but I was the guy in Tri-City in 2014 that gave all your video to the Astros and to a pitching coach, Chris Holt. So congratulations on the success, because I remember watching you 2 years ago.
Very cool, man. Thank you very much for having me on.
So we appreciate you being here. Let's start backwards here, okay? You've been named to the Valley Cats' 15th anniversary team. It's the 15th anniversary of the team here in Tri-City. You went 7-1 with the Cats in 2014. How did your time here in Tri-City with the Valley Cats help propel you to where you are now, having success in Houston?
It was actually a real big year for me. You know, I coming up through the minor leagues my first couple of years, battled a lot of injuries, and didn't have much time out on the playing field. So 2014 was really my first year where I, bounced back from those injuries and told myself, I got to really, put some focus into my off-season program and, do my best to stay on the field for a whole season and get a whole season on my belt. And I did exactly that and had a bit of success there. I think that kind of jump-started these past couple of years.
Joe, what do you remember most about your experience being a Valley Cat?
The fans. The fan base up there is absolutely incredible. It's an awesome little town. The setting in the stadium, the location, everything is incredible. And the fans there were so good to us. Every night they were there, whether we were winning or whether we were losing. They always showed up and they always gave us the support that everyone wants as a player.
Joe, you mentioned the injuries that you battled through earlier in your career. Well, you also endured being a piece of a very big trade that went on between the Blue Jays and the Astros. That's what brought you into the Houston organization as a whole. What was that like for you, being part of a marquee trade, being traded at such a young age?
I didn't think I really grasped, the importance of it back then. I was 19 years old. But, looking back at it now, I think it really was a good move for me and, for my career. Kind of gave me a better opportunity with an organization that was struggling a little more than Toronto was at the time.
Joe, you're from San Diego. You started the Major League Baseball Futures game this year for Team USA in the Futures game in San Diego, in your hometown. What did that experience mean to you, and what was it like being part of the Futures game?
Oh, it's so special, to be invited to that game to begin with is an incredible honor. And then, to luck out and have it be on the year that it's in your hometown is just icing on the cake, having all my friends and family all there. And, it's a good chance for everyone that, I came up with and all my family and friends that don't get to come out and see me, throughout the year. It's a good chance for me to come home and get to perform in front of them a little bit. So it was a really cool moment.
Joe Musgrove, Houston Astros pitcher and former Tri-City Valley Cat, joining us on Big Board Sports. Joe, you made your debut with the Astros. You struck out 8 out of the bullpen, and you struck out the reigning MVP and Josh Donaldson. What was that like?
That's a good lineup, man. There's not really any better way to introduce yourself than get a lineup like that. So, I just went out there and tried to stick with my strengths and what I know how to do and what's kind of really got me here. And you're a little more hesitant to leave a pitch hanging or, something over the middle of the plate. But, I took my chances and I went after them and it worked out.
Joe, as you grow up and as a pitcher, and I played college baseball and have coached college baseball, the phrase always gets uttered, well, just throw strikes. And that is something that you do extremely well. As I alluded to, 1 walk in your 11 and the third big league innings so far, and your walk totals are notoriously low. Your command is very, very highly praised. Did you ever have anyone tell you actually throw too many strikes?
Yeah, that's something that's been talked about, and you hear it more as you get up here, my last couple outings. As the book starts to get out on me, and I'm a new guy up here, so a lot of people haven't seen me and, don't know what I have yet. So as the book gets out on me, I'm probably going to get ambushed a little more, and, I'll probably have to start pitching a little differently, but it's a learning process. I'm learning things every day, so I'm picking up things here and there, and I'll make the adjustments as necessary.
Joe, you're obviously playing at the highest level in Major League Baseball, but, first you were at the lower levels. Can you talk about one or two of the perks that you experience now that you're in the show that you maybe us as a normal everyday fan, wouldn't think about?
A big thing, a lot of the players, the biggest adjustment up here that everyone enjoys is the meals. and the travel. You know, up here you get, you know, it's 5-star meals and you know, first-class travel everywhere you go. It's actually pretty cool. You get, you know, the proper meals and stuff that you need, and everything's made available to you at your convenience. You know, even when you're on the road, you know, to get the proper meals in you and the proper recovery things you need. And then our travel, you know, it's nice being able to travel on chartered planes. You know, everything's so convenient and so quick, and you know, you get good night's rest instead of sitting on a bus all night or taking the flights like you do in AAA, where you're going in at, you know, all different times of the night. Excuse me.
Joe Musgrove.
So those are the two biggest adjustments that you see up here, and you know, you get treated like a true professional up here.
Joe Musgrove, Houston Astros pitcher, former Tri-City Valley Cat, with us. Brady Farkas, Zach By, in for Roger on Big Board Sports. And Joe, that Astros roster is littered with a lot of guys that used to play here in Tri-City, and one of those guys is Jose Altuve. I mean, this guy, unbelievable, 4 for 4 the other day. He's a batting champion. He's won a stolen base crown. You're a major league pitcher now. Do you have any way to get out Jose Altuve? Like, how would you attack this guy?
You can't, man. You just got to attack him and hope he, you know, makes mistakes. Yeah, you know, he's probably the most impressive hitter I've ever seen play. And you know, the consistency that he has day in and day out. And you know, I got to sit down and talk to him for a while during the game, you know, the other day when he had his off day, and you know, hearing the way that his mind works, and he's, you know, over the past couple of years, he's established himself as, you know, one of the best second basemen in the league. And, you know, his mindset is still that he is working every day to earn his spot, you know, because that's all he knows.
That's unbelievable to me.
It's really incredible.
It's unbelievable because now you haven't pitched against these guys yet, but you know, you're in the same division as Mike Trout. You're in the same division as Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz. You went up against Josh Donaldson, a lineup with Edwin Encarnacion, and a guy who's a 5'7" second baseman is the most impressive hitter you've been around. That's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's a true professional in every sense of the word. And these guys, Donaldson and all these guys are big dudes. They got a lot of power, and it's even more impressive to see it from a guy Altuve's size.
Josh Donaldson, of course, we're talking about their reigning MVP. Brady Farkas, Zach By on the phone with Joe Musgrove. And you guys, Seattle, Detroit, Boston, Baltimore, Toronto, all battling for that wild card. And you guys even still have aspirations at the AL West. How do you close out these last 50 games or so? What's it going to take the Astros to get back to the playoffs?
I think we just got to win series. You know, we got to play our game, and everyone's got to pull their weight. You know, we talked about, you know, everyone trying to step up and do more than they should be doing rather than just worrying about themselves and making sure they're doing their job. And if everyone does their job individually, you know, we do our job as a team. And, you know, I think the goal here is just to try and win every series for the rest of the year.
Joe,
we'll be in a good place.
There's a big banner of you at Joe Bruno Stadium being on that 15th anniversary Tri-City Valley Cats roster. So your likeness lives on this season at the Joe. What are your thoughts on being named to that 15th anniversary team? Because you were only here really for half a season.
Yeah, that's very special to me. You know, it's pretty cool that all the fans found me, you know, a good enough player to make part of that team. You know, that's a really special honor for me, and it means a lot coming from the town of Tri-City, because that was one of my favorite places I ever played coming up through the minor leagues.
Joe Musgrove, Houston Astros pitcher, former Valley Cat, with Brady Farkas, Zach By. Joe, best of luck in the rest of the season. Congratulations on to the success to this point, and all the fans here in Tri-City always have an extra keen eye now towards the Astros box score even more than before. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.